Hi everyone, this is my Proust questionnaire, and let's get started with question number one. So, what is a quality you most admire in a person? Quality I most admire in a person is honesty, but not like just honesty with other people, which is always great because if you can be honest with anyone, it is the best way to pretty much move forward in a conversation or with a relationship to make sure that both parties are well aware of everything that's going on. But I also believe that if someone is completely honest with themselves, they can be even more honest with other people. So if you can stick to what it is that really makes you happy or what really makes or doesn't make you happy, like if someone were to suggest something and you know that it's not part of what would make you happy, or like if it's going to make you feel bad later on, then I admire that a lot more than someone who would just follow along to somebody else. And yeah, that's pretty much question number one. Then we're going to move on to what do you value most in your friends? What I value most in my friends is their ability to be themselves around me and to always make me happy, or not even make me happy, always to make me smile, to help me lift up my moods in any way, even if like I'm not completely there. If we're always in a tough situation, I can always count on them to be there. So pretty much their best quality is that they're reliable. um, what was it? The next one is what is your favorite occupation or way of spending time? My absolute favorite way of spending time is laid out on in the sun on like the beach or by the pool, specifically surrounded by friends and family. But yeah, if spending time outside, laying in the sun is always a great way to defrost from being inside all the time on the computer or at work inside. So it's one or the other. And then what inspires you creatively, spiritually, or emotionally? My emotions are what inspires me like creatively. So when I feel a certain way while I'm looking at a certain scene out in nature, like if we're at a beach and I literally can see the sunset and it's fantastic, it's so warm feeling, that will inspire me to want to paint it or to want to create a movie about that scene or with that specific background. It's pretty much just my emotions are what drive me creatively. And then what talent would you like to have? A talent I would like to have is to have an amazing singing voice. I love to sing so much. I sing all the time. I will sing any song there possibly can be. I'm always humming lyrics. I grew up around music, but my ability to hit notes is not as qualified as everybody else who is obviously singing the song on purpose. So I would definitely love to be able to have an amazing singing voice, but not even for fame and fortune. It's just more of so that way when I hear the playback of my voice, I am not horrified. What is your guilty pleasure or your secret indulgence? My guilty pleasure is Nutella covered pretzels and binge watching movies. So I'm a huge fan of movies and television shows and binge watching, and Netflix when that came out was like the best thing ever. But my ultimate favorite thing is really and truly the Nutella covered pretzels. Just dipping it in and watching a movie and both is just, it's a great satisfaction. I could do it for hours on hours in a day. But it is a guilty pleasure for a reason, because if you do it for too much, then you start to neglect your other things that you have to do, other necessities, other responsibilities that might be going on. So it's just more of I have to limit it to a couple of days, and hopefully it works out better that way. but it has been so far. We've been keeping it under control. What is your favorite sound and what is your least favorite sound? My favorite sound is when it rains and you can hear it pouring down onto the roof, or you can hear it hitting against your window. It's one of my absolute most favorite sounds in the whole entire world. It can help me put me to sleep. It can literally relax me in any type of situation where I need to be relaxed. As opposed to like my least favorite sound is the sound of a car horn. So like it doesn't matter. It can literally be somebody honking at somebody else, and just the sound is very irritating. It's pretty much this as close to like the sound of someone scratching the nails against a chalkboard, but that is the level of annoyance it has for me. And then if you were to die and come back as a person or an animal, what do you think it would be? If I were to die and come back as an animal, I honestly believe that it would come back as an elephant. But that is because my memory for a certain amount of things and details is out of this world crazy, almost just as well as an elephant. They probably have a better memory than I do, but my love for them is also very wide. So I would love to be able to come back as an elephant, to be able to experience what it is to be such a huge mammal and to roam around freely through all the different terrains that the elephants live on, in Asia as well as in Africa. I don't know, I also have an elephant tattoo, so it has probably something to do with that. I just think they're so big, cuddly, smart, and intelligent creatures, especially because they can paint as well with their trunks. They can do stuff that, most humans weren't thinking that elephants could do, and it's just something that I find amazing. And then how would you like to die? I would like to die with old age, in my sleep peacefully, preferably surrounded by my family and friends. I mean, if my friends are alive, because it also depends on how old I die. Or I could also die, doing something really amazing and cool, but who knows what it is, but I'd prefer it to be in my sleep. And then where would you live? As the final question is, I would like to live somewhere surrounded by nature in order to explore it. So by that I generally mean it could be the beach, it could be in the snowy mountains in the Alps. Ideally, I'll have a house everywhere, so that way I can go from house to house to house and go and explore the different parts of nature. I always have loved hikes and trails and all that other type of stuff, so I just want to be able to start a family in an area where they can see all this beauty surrounded by them as well, and want to choose to be outside as opposed to always wanting to be inside and see the beauty that comes from outside as well. And yeah, that has been my video, so thank you for viewing.